What's going on, everybody? Today we are working on the 91 Skyline R32 GTST. We are going to work on pulling this inner fender well out from the inside. All this structure right here on this lower part. I'm going to work on pulling this all out. How much we can do today, we'll see. Stay tuned. So I got the computer pulled out already from previous episode where we were banging all this area out from the inside. This is really pushed in from the accident. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to remove the passenger seat. We're going to pull out the steering column, and we're going to remove this entire dashboard off the car so we can expose the bare metal of the firewall on this back left side here. So I'm going to get started on that. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is going to unscrew the computer. Isaiah, can you, actually I think I'm going to, can you give me a 10mm socket for this? So the computer has a 10mm bolt. This computer's already been out of the car a couple times from us wailing on this. There we go. Oops, still on there. Since the car's not going to be moving anytime soon, we'll go ahead and disconnect the computer and just keep it out of the way for now. Computer's out. So what I want to do is take the glove box off next. And the glove box has little Phillips heads or 10mm bolts. They actually might be 8mm. So I'm going to go ahead and take those off next. Alright, so we just pulled off the glove box. The glove box just has the two screws. One here and one right there. They're 8mm bolts. Next we're going to remove this little bracket here. There's two bolts right here that are 8s and these two 8s. Once we move that, we'll start taking apart the center console, and you can see where the bolts are that hold the actual dashboard on. There's one up here, and we're probably going to have to move this blower motor and heater box. But first things first, let's get this dashboard off. Alright, so we started pulling some of the dent out of the floor. We took the glove box out. Off camera, we were trying to pull some of this fender support out, and it actually worked. We got the fender support here to come forward about 1.5 inches. So what we're going to do now is, since this lower section down here has to come out, we're debating on doing two things here. Taking the bottom hinge of the door off and then bolting right into that and try to pull that out about 2 inches. And then maybe drilling some holes down here for our hook bracket with a steel plate on the inside of the floor panel and try to pull that out. So we saw we had a lot of results a few months back with this car while heating the metal and trying to bang it out or pull it out. We had a lot better success with that. So right now what we're doing is we're getting the car up on dollies, and we're going to spin the car out sideways, and we're going to bring it out here to the tar where it's a little bit more traction. And here it's very slippery. When we were pulling yesterday with my wife's truck, it was basically just dragging the car. So we had to go real slow. But today we're going to try to use our hydraulic frame puller. So Isaiah's going to continue to lift this car up and put it up on dollies, and then we're going to spin it sideways. Without no ground effects. And you have to learn how to do plastic welding to fix all the ground effects.
Yeah.
I have all the plastic welding tools. How are we doing there?
Close, but no cigar. Why would you push it this way and then not pull the ass out that way?
No, I'm trying to get it this way, to come this way. It's going to roll right up this thing here. Okay, so we got the car outside the garage, and we're looking at some of our options here for a pulling spot. And what we decided to do was go ahead and take this door off. The door, what we're gonna do to pull the door is pull all these little plastic covers off to expose the screws. There's two there. There's one inside the door handle in here, like that. Then there's this guy right here. Then you got a couple underneath going across the whole thing. We'll get this door panel off just so we can get the harness off, and then we'll go ahead and remove the door. And the door will probably stay off until we are 100% sure that the frame for the fender support, this part up here, when this is all straight and done, we'll put the door back on. Because right now, what we're looking at is this top hinge is okay. The bottom one's pushed in. We have to pull that out. So that's what we're working on. Because all this sandwiched metal has to be coming out, and the door's kind of just in the way. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this door off. All right, so we've removed the door panel, and we chased up through the fender well into the firewall, and we thought there would be a quick harness, and there isn't. It goes up behind the dash and probably plugs into a master one. So what we decided to do was take the speaker off and disconnect the harness from the door itself. So what we're gonna do is I've unplugged the power lock, which is this guy here. This is the power lock. And now I'm just gonna pull all these clips out, disconnect the power mirror, disconnect the speakers, and disconnect the, I think this is the little light that goes down here. So we'll take that all off, and then we're gonna get this door off. Ready? Ready?
Where are you hitting now?
Same spot.
Yeah.
That's why I think we're gonna do the same thing up here, and heat up there and then pull.
That, it already came forward a lot just now.
Ready?
Yeah. It's working, man. The poor end of that bar. You have no idea how much it just moved. A lot.
Good. Ready?
Oh my god. It's never moved this much before. It's coming out so much, man.
Good.
You gotta make sure to hit it in different
I'm
spots.
up here now. Ready?
Yep. Yeah! Holy shit! Dude.
Where'd I just hit?
Dude, you gotta see this, man. You just hit here.
Yeah, that's good.
That came out so much.
Did it right now?
Yeah.
Good.
And it wasn't even heating that part up. Wow, that pushed it forward a lot. That's a really good spot. Keep it in there.
I'm over here somewhere now.
That part's not hot.
Ready?
Wait till you see the video.
Did that do anything?
Yeah, it came out so much. Yeah, you ripped the metal a little bit.
Where?
There.
Oh no, that's the two pieces of metal separating. That's the two pieces of metal separating. Like the actual metal is separating from the other piece.
Oh, Dad, you just poked a hole. Did I? Oh my God! Oh, I got that on camera. Where at?
This lower corner. Yep, this whole thing.
There's a hole in the floor there.
I already poked it once through here. See
right there.
I've already hit it here. Look at it.
Yeah. I don't know if you should.
We heat it. Let's try it. I just stretched that hole out. I'm trying to turn this. Can you heat this right here?
That would be a really good place to hit. Oh, you're up there. Yeah, but I wasn't heating there.
Where did I just hit?
Like here.
Did that push any of it out?
Yeah, a lot.
Did it fold it worse? Or
No, better. Is that where you are? Oh my God. Dad, it just went out more than it has the entire time. Look.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's okay that it's open. We'll weld this all together.
Dad, literally, this entire piece just now was all in. That all just came out.
Little by little, brother.
Little by little. This is actually really exciting. This is the most it's ever come out, and we've been hitting this for like months. I don't know why today, but
I just hit down low somewhere.
yeah, you hit like here. It came out a lot, man. Seriously.
Good.
You should go to the right a little bit more, or else you're gonna make a bigger kink.
I gotta hit down right there. This area.
I'm trying to heat up. Where are you hitting now?
Down.
Oh shit, you're in the right spot. Yeah, but the thing is, in the area you're hitting right now, you're just making that big, like, canyon in there deeper.
Yeah, but pushing that bowl out.
Literally, like, right there and where you have been hitting, right in the middle. Is there something that you can hit?
No, the metal's like this.
That's where the biggest crease is, man. But that crease is fine there, as long as we can bolt on the fenders.
Yeah, yeah.
But that hump you were just hitting, if you go to the right more. Bravo 6, we got contact. Yep. Oh yeah, that's the right spot. Yeah, you're in the right spot. You gotta go to the right more. Alright everybody, just a little bit of a quick update for the things we've done today. We went ahead and we took off the door because we felt like it was in the way a lot. Whenever we wanted to like look around, we'd have to come all the way around the door, and sometimes we'd risk hitting things with the door, and it was just overall in the way. So we had to use this harness. We had to feed it all the way through the door, and we had to get it completely out of the door, which involved taking off a bunch of clips that it was hooked into, things like the power windows, the power mirrors, the windows going up and down. Obviously it's power mirrors, but or power windows. And you can see those right here, the harnesses. We took those and we ran them through the door, and we managed to get that out of the door, and the door actually is now sitting over there. You can see we took it off next to the Z32. So that is off now, meaning we can work a lot. And I'm sure one thing you already saw is how much progress we made here. You can see just how much we've gone with this here. It's so much better. And honestly, you can almost take your hand and you can see, you can almost pull it with your hands, right? But thing is, check out this big hole. That's my hand right there. We managed to separate this entire plate of metal from the wheel well here, which it was previously smashed into. And you can see just how much we've moved it. So this whole piece of metal here, all of it used to be flush with this here. And you can see that more on the inside. So where you can see the metal there, all of that in a bowl shape there used to be perfectly flush with this. So we moved it that much out today, which is good. We're one step closer to being able to put on the fender brace, which bolts up to the door hinge areas here and here, I believe. And then it bolts up somewhere up here in one of these holes. And after that, well, that gives structural support to the fender. And I think that's right here, actually. You can see here, it'll bolt up to those two, and down there as well. And it's supposed to go, I believe, into that hole right there. So that's something we're going to be doing later in the future. We disconnected and reconnected the computer a few times today. You can see the computer sitting right here. We took apart the lower dash right here, where the glove compartment was, so that we can have more access to the extreme bending of metal here. And of course we did that much progress. And we also were able to pull up, just a second, let me lift this hood. We were able to pull this whole section up. If you remember in the last episode, you definitely saw that it was completely smashed downwards. So we were able to lift that up. And we separated these two plates of metal, which is the frame where the fender structure is. And we separated that from the strut tower area, which is what this piece of metal right here is. And you can see the separation there. And you can see that it runs all the way down into the engine. So we managed to pull that forward about an inch. It needs about 3 inches to go so that it lines up with that strut tower brace down there. So we can mount the strut tower brace rather, but it has to line up with that strut at the end. And then of course we have a strut tower brace that'll go between the two. So we'll be able to do that just fine afterwards. But we did a lot of progress today. We tried yanking it with this car here by using a very heavy chain. We hooked it up to the ball hitch back there. And we hooked it up to various places around here. We pulled this whole area out. We hooked it up where the strut is over there. We hooked it up to this one, and another hole over here. All kinds of places. And hell, we even tried hooking it up to the upper control arm here. So we did a lot of work today. I think the biggest achievement was the fact that this used to be like completely like that way, vertical. It was awful, and we managed to pull that forward a lot, which means that we might be able to line up some of the fender holes so we can mount the fender. Again, it's not going to be a show car. We're going to make it look as best as we can, but I don't know. We did a lot of progress today. Again, we took off the door so we can have a lot more easier access to this. Our plan now is to take apart the dashboard so that we have more room to swing and put more power behind those hammer swings. My dad's got a lot of strength, but he needs the room to do it because he's trying to hit this thing, which you clearly have to hit from the top, and you don't really have the room to do that. So we want to take apart the dashboard so we can actually hit that. And in order to do that, we would have to chase all these harnesses back and make sure we get them out of the way to do that as well. But doing that would require a lot of the dashboard major components to be apart, which might make the steering column unusable. So we definitely couldn't do that at the time, but we're doing it now, and Well, not now, but in the next episode, we'll be doing that. So we'll be able to move, we won't be able to move the car at all, but we'll have easier access to the kinking and bending of the floor here. But for now, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. My dad's inside probably making food right now, so he asked me to come out here and do this outro. Subscribe to Portuguese Pride. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.